Hi, E-Lifers, or should I say Kate's crew. Welcome back to E-Life with Kate. My name is Kate Effiong and I'm your host. And today we're covering the top entertainment stories from the past week, my highlights, and the ones that you might have missed. From Nollywood's global ambitions to Afrobeats breaking records and a major pop comeback, this episode is your one-stop briefing for the week in entertainment. So let's get started, shall we? Our first of Nigeria's Editi Effiong is once again making waves. The producer and writer behind 2023's hit, The Black Book, has officially announced a sequel titled The Black Book Old Scores. Now, the exciting part, he is partnering with Nikki Weinstock, the ex-producer of Apple TV Plus's Emmy-winning series Severance. The sequel promises a more international flavor, and filming is set across Nigeria, the UK, the US, and Japan, with veteran actors like R&B Richard Mfedamijo returning alongside new talent. Effiong says the story will explore old scores, betrayals, and global stakes while maintaining the noir aesthetic of the first film. Now, The Black Book was already a domestic blockbuster, and now with Hollywood collaboration, it could be, this is me just saying, it could be Nigeria's most ambitious crossover yet. For Nollywood, this represents a broader trend. Global studios are increasingly interested in African storytelling, not as novelty, but as a legitimate creative force. Some may argue that Nollywood should stand independently, but I believe that collaborations like this can elevate production standards, open new markets, and maybe attract investment as well, which is vital for long-term growth. So we'll see how this goes. I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it when it comes out. And I mean, having Shafi Bello, amazing cast, really. It's beautiful to see. I really cannot wait to see The Black Book, the old scores now. Meanwhile, this past week, Lagos made global entertainment history. And if you missed this one, let me bring you up to speed, right? That's why I'm here. Now, Lagos has been officially selected as the only African partner city for the Goes to Cannes 2026 program, a prestigious initiative running inside the Marche de Film at the 79th Cannes Film Festival in France. Now, this is not just a ceremonial title. Goes to Cannes is one of the most influential film markets in the world, attracting more than 12,500 industry professionals annually, with thousands of films and projects generating deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, what this means for Lagos and for Africa is very huge. The Africa International Film Festival, that's AFRIF, will curate a selection of 5 to 7 Nigerian and African films still in post-production and pitch them directly to top distributors, sales agents, and programmers before they have even premiered anywhere. So each selected filmmaker gets dedicated pitch time to show a teaser and sell the vision, financing or distribution deals. And I think that this is a significant structural shift for African cinema, because for years filmmakers have had to navigate global markets largely on their own, paying for market access out of their own pockets and also trying to make individual connections. But now, with AFRIF acting as a centralized curator and Lagos positioned alongside global cities like Tokyo, Hong Kong, Milan, and more, African storytelling gets institutional credibility on a massive international scale. Some critics will ask that, does this really change the narrative for Nollywood beyond symbolism? But the answer is maybe yes, right? Because by bridging local talent with the global film economy, it gives creators a real chance to secure funding. We've been talking about budgets for a long time, festival slots, and maybe distribution deals before their films hit screens, something that was much tougher to achieve independently, right? And it also puts Lagos' creative ecosystem on the map, not as an afterthought, but as a strategic creative hub. But well, the Cannes 2026 runs from May 12th to May 20th, and filmmakers across Africa are watching closely as selection details are finalized. So guys, that is the story of Lagos stepping into the international spotlight and why this matters far beyond red carpet moments. Okay, now moving on to the world of music. Excitingly, Asake has officially become Nigeria's most streamed artist of all time on Spotify, surpassing other stars like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, and more. His breakout tracks like Peace Be Unto You, Terminator, and Remember, my favorite right now, dominated playlist, while albums Mr. Money with the Vibe and Work of Art have kept him consistently at the top of charts. Now, this milestone highlights how young Nigerian artists are leveraging streaming platforms to, build global reach without relying solely on traditional media. Now, Asake's rise is also a commentary on the democratization of music. Platforms like Spotify give listeners more control, and artists like Asake are capitalizing on authentic cultural resonance and maybe social media virality. And this is not just a streaming success, this is a cultural movement as far as I'm concerned. You already know how I feel about this. I am a huge fan of Asake's baby, so yeah. Now moving on, still in the world of music, Nigerian superstar Wizkid is also making headlines. His 2019 hit Joro has just been certified platinum in France, a significant recognition in European markets that has historically been challenging for African artists, no doubt. Congratulations to Wizkid on that one. And in addition, Wizkid joins Rema and Tyla on Spotify's 100 greatest pop songs of the streaming era, sharing space with global icons like Rihanna, Ed Sheeran, and Beyonce. I mean, these accolades prove that Afrobeat is no longer a regional sound. It is mainstream global pop. But for critics who argue that African music remains niche, the evidence is getting clearer now. They blow again. African artists are now shaping global streaming trends. And people like us, we love to see. Yes, there's a whole lot more that we can do to make it better, but let's just celebrate our wins for now. Right? Now, female powerhouse Tiwa Savage has unveiled a music foundation in partnership with Berklee College of Music, aimed at training and mentoring African creatives. The foundation will provide scholarships, workshops, and mentorship programs, equipping the next generation of African musicians, producers, and songwriters with global level skills. That's amazing. Because this is not just philanthropy, it's building an ecosystem. And artists like Tiwa Savage are institutionalizing talent development and ensuring that African creativity continues to flourish long after their own careers. So I think it's a good one and it's amazing to see. So on a final note, I told you about this one before, but now I have an update for you, just in case you missed it. Anyways, after nearly a decade, Bruno Mars is back with his album The Romantic, which is his first solo project since 24K Magic in the year 2016. Woo! Okay, bring me back. It blends funk, soul, and pop, staying true to his signature style while also exploring romantic and introspective themes. The lead single, I Just Might, debuted at #1 on Billboard Hot 100, showing that Mars still commands both attention and loyalty globally. And he also announced a world tour starting in April. Well, while some may call the album safe or nostalgic, there is a method to Bruno's consistency, right? He's prioritizing craft and long-term legacy over chasing fleeting streaming trends, because we're in an industry that is obsessed with virality rather than a subtle form of rebellion, maybe. Because churning out another project after a decade, that's like, it's been doing other stuff though on the G, but his own solo work, it's quite tricky, but I think it's a good one. I'm a Bruno fan, so I like this one, and I just might. Ooh. So big shout out to Bruno, I must add. And that's your E-Life with Kate to round up my highlights from the world of entertainment from the past week, from Nollywood's growing global footprint to Afrobeats dominating streaming, and to Bruno Mars' high-profile comeback. The past week shows us that creativity knows no borders at all. So if you love this recap, please don't forget to like, drop a comment, share, and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates. And tell me which story you want me to deep dive in next week. Until then, stay curious, stay entertained, and I'll see you in the next episode of E-Life with Kate. Thank you so much for watching.